There we go. All right. So just usual, starting from head, we'll work our way down. So keep the shoulders pulled down. Really stretch the neck as you roll through. Just slowly. And the other way. And shoulders, just rotating them backwards. And forwards. And just gentle torso rotation. Hips, little circles. And the other way. Knees backwards and forwards. And little circles. And the other way. One ankle at a time, so just, I'll move back a little bit, just rotating that one ankle. And the other way. Changing feet. And the other way. Just with both feet planted on the floor, just coming up onto the balls of the feet so you can feel the stretch up your toes. Try and make sure your balance is coming over your big toe and second toe, not letting your ankles roll out. Just pulling up and focusing your balance through the center, through the big toes, and then coming down. So we're just stretching the back of the calves. Okay, so coming down. This one's just kind of a slow stretch of the foot. So with the right foot, just bring it slightly forward, roll it onto the ball of the foot. When it comes up onto the toes, just give them a little push so it pulls the leg up. So it's just kind of a strong stretch at the end. So then roll it back down, back onto the ball of the toe, press it up, and press it up. And the other leg, just rolling onto the ball of the foot, onto the toe, and push it up. So you should feel this in the back of the calf and the side of the legs. Okay, so feet wide, knees over the toes, just gently coming down, pushing back with your hands against the knees, so opening out the hips. And just gentle side to side if you can. If not, just stay in the middle, that's fine too. Coming up slightly, just turning to one side, so rotating around, so you're facing one side. Try and make the back foot flat on the ground as much as possible because we're trying to stretch that Achilles there. And if you want to, you can just sort of gently pulse forward with the front knee bending in if you want to give more of a stretch. And changing to the other side. Back to the center, grab your elbows. So this one's more about just sort of stretching the back. So hanging down between the legs, moving from sort of side to side, little figure eight. So you should be feeling this up the back of the legs. Just bringing both hands to one leg and just pulling down, stretching along your back and your leg. and then moving to the other side. Coming to the center, just bring your hands behind your back, stretching them up so the palms are in towards your back, and pulling up. I can release the hands, just roll back up through the center. Roll it out, shake out the hands. And just bring the hands up above the head, pulling up. And then stretch to one side, so you're getting a nice stretch along here. And then back through the center to the other side. Okay. Just give yourself 30 seconds or so to work on anything that's a little bit stiff, and then we'll make a start. Okay, so I think today, because we haven't done it for a while, let's start with the Tanken. So just put your Tanshinai. Just going to check what I had planned for this. Okay, so just start by rolling out that wrist. Make sure it's warm. And what we'll do is just go through that basic foot or footwork exercise. So it's forward, back, to the right, to the left, haraki, haraki, seitai. So just doing one step in each direction, with it being Tanken, basically just trying to make sure it's staying as small as possible. Really, really tiny footwork because your partner isn't particularly far away from you. So try and keep everything small. So try and make sure the haraki ashis aren't coming around this huge angle. They're just that little bit out off the center. So try and imagine you've actually got someone tip to tip with your tanshinai, and you're just moving and keeping that mai with them. So check your footwork. Make sure both feet are facing mostly forward. Got your hips slightly in that 45-degree angle, knees bent, left hand on that hip. And make sure your right arm isn't too far out, so you're not fully extended. Just a gentle bend and angled up towards their eye line, but at your heart height. So, mate, up, right, left, haraki, haraki, seitai, and return. I'll just do it slowly, so we're focusing on the footwork. Make sure you are really aware of which foot is pushing off from. So I just need to take these off so I can feel it a bit better. So make sure your balance, your weight, the push is coming from the correct leg while we're doing it slowly. So forward, back, to the right, to the left, haraki, haraki, seitai, return. And again, ichi, ni, san, shi, o, ro, shi, touch. A little bit faster. Ichi, ni, san, shi, o, ro, shi, touch. And again, ichi, ni, san, shi, o, ro, shi, touch. Okay. Remembering when you do this seitai that the arm should be downwards. Try not to have it too high. It's as if you've already grabbed the elbow and you're breaking balance downwards. Let's try and do it now with 2 steps in each direction. So, Roger, do you have anything to add, or?
No, I'm just coming up
Okay.
to make you big so I can definitely see. I've got as much of you as possible on my screen.
Yes, because who doesn't want to see this, right? So we're just going to do 2 steps in every direction. So again, starting off a bit slow, try and make sure that the knees are staying bent so the kensen also isn't sort of bobbing along with it. So I even just recommend looking at your kensen, the tip of it, and just watching where that is throughout this exercise. Your body knows where it's going for the most part. So 2 steps in each direction. Ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, setai, and back. Just want to check, is my video coming through or am I cutting out on you?
It just stopped for a second. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I think it's just going to be one of those days where it has a bit of a fuzzy mind on that one. Just continue with the exercise. If I do drop out, hopefully I'll come back in without too much of a lag. So again, 2 steps in every direction. So, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee. Setai. Once more. Ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee, ich, knee. Setai. Return. So we'll try it with 3 steps in each direction this time. If you don't have the room, just stick to 2 or 1 if you need to, but try for 3. The time is going to feel a little bit odd. So here we go. Ich, ni, san. 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 Setai. And return. One last time. Ich, ni, san. 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 Setai. And back. All right, let's roll it out. So what I was going to start with from there is we'll do a quick daiichi kyoushu. Just make sure we've got all the targets in. So we're just going to work through. I'll call them out as we go. So I want to work through them slowly and make sure we're really focusing on the technique for each one. If you don't have space to keep doing it forward, just move back as you need to or reset in between each one. So just starting in kamae. So I'll call out each target. So do, ya, men, ya, nodo, ya, kote, ya, haraitsuki, ya, and then retreat. Give yourself a bit of space. All right. Nodo, ya, do, ya, haraitsuki, ya, menochi, ya, kote ute, ya. Good. Room. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. So I'll try and make sure I get all of them in there. Do, ya, nodo, ya, men, ya, kote, ya, haraitsuki, ya. Once more. Men, ya, do, ya, nodo, ya, kote, ya, haraitsuki, ya. So this time I'm going to rotate this around. So I'll get each of you to actually decide on the calls. So have a quick think, try and remember what all of them are and which ones might actually be easiest in that order. So Roger, we might start with you if that's okay. Trying for all 5 cuts. If you do more or less, not a big deal, but just try and clearly let us know what we're supposed to hit. So do it twice each, and then we'll pass to Michael to do twice.
Right. Do. Kote. Men. Nodo. Raisuki.
Nice, good clear commands. Once more.
Do. Men. Nodo. Kote. Raisuki.
Good. All right, Michael, you're up.
Okay. Men. Nodo. Do. Kote. Raisuki.
And again.
Kote. Called the wrong thing. Sorry, guys.
No, all good, all good.
Not again. Men. Nodo. Do. Kote. Raisuki.
Good. One thing to bear in mind when we're doing these exercises in particular, the ichi kyoushu, or in fact for all of them, make sure that when you do your strike, you just hold it there for that brief moment in time so it's clearly shown you've hit target and withdrawn. It's not a pop-pa, pop-pa. You need to make it stick. So you're kind of not just aiming to hit, you're kind of aiming to hit and go a little bit in.
Okay.
So as Nakinata, it's kind of you hit to the point, because obviously a lot of our stuff is kata, we're not trying to hurt each other. You need with these ones to almost think about hitting the bogu and then a little bit in before you pull it out. So just, it needs that little extra oomph on the strike itself. All right, so what do I have on my list of things? Right, so looking at ski and then the withdrawal, which we were talking about and did some of last week. So this, we're just going to start with a single ski strike. So it'll be, yeah, making sure you hold it there. And then a nice, strong retreat. So really focus on keeping your posture upright throughout the whole thing. So you need to keep your knees bent so that they can stay under you. You're not sort of being trailing behind your footwork. And yeah, when you do that strike, make sure it holds on there for that second, and then a strong withdrawal. So do this one in your own time. You can start off slow and then speed it up. That's fine. We'll just keep going until I call yame. I really just want you to work on feeling comfortable with this one. So just one strike, withdraw, 3 or 4 steps at most. So in your own time. Hajime. Keep going. I'm just going to watch for a bit. Just one more. Okay. I just want to ask both of you a question. How do you feel with the actual footwork moving backwards? Does it feel stable? Does it feel comfortable?
Stable moving backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So with that withdrawal, are you feeling fairly comfortable with that?
think so. Yeah.
I was going to make us just practice going backwards around in a circle, but if you're happy with it, we might do it briefly anyway, because I just want to focus on that without worrying about the ski. So pretty much all we're really doing is pushing off a little bit from that right foot. So I'm trying to see if I can get a good position where you can see what I'm doing. But this left foot is really not doing a great deal. I'm kind of hopping backwards, and I realized my posture was a little bit off there, but it's that little shuffle to get you out of the way. So if you've got some room, maybe start at the front of the space you're in. It doesn't have to be fast. Don't worry about this too much. It just needs to stay in position. I'm just pushing that little shuffle back, focusing on your posture. Make sure you're staying upright. Just a couple more. Good. Sorry, I keep getting messages through from the group. Okay, so Nico's having trouble with his internet and Kaylin's having trouble with his computer. So it may just be us for the rest of it, which is fine.
Sounds like
so, yeah. So posture is really important for Tanken. I mean, it's important for all the Budo, but this one you really want to make sure you're not leaving your body forward or behind the legs. So it's just a good way to just work on the shuffle without worrying about everything else. What else was I planning? All right. So this one is more about, I want to try and replicate what it feels like when you actually have a motodachi, which is obviously hard when we don't. But I want you to be looking for strike points. So I will try and act as a motodachi on screen and either provide an opening or wait for you to make an opening for your attack. But what I want you to do is after each one, I want you to withdraw and then reset and then come back in. So it's a continuous movement in and out. Now this will be hard because honestly, I'll be looking at both of you and trying to work out how to time it for both of you. So if my openings are a bit off or the timings are a bit off, don't worry, just look at what can you hit right now and go for that, even if my opening isn't always as clear. So I'm just going to be here. So literally, if I was attacking, it'd be like, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Just trying to make an attack, or if you see a really clear opening. A lot of the time, I will just be standing stable. Occasionally, I might just make a little bit of a more distinct opening, just so you've got a bit of variety. But I really just want you to focus on the coming in attack and clean withdrawal, coming in attack, and keep it as a continuous movement. Doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't matter if you're doing different speeds. I just want to keep that movement going. So, hajime. Keep coming at me. I'm going to move off the ankles, so see if you can follow around for the openings there. Two more strikes. Okay, yame. Good. All right. I know that anyone who's watching this video with the speaker view is going to go, what the fuck was she just doing? But that's okay. Really, I just want to give you something to visualize.
Yeah.
because it's difficult without an actual person in front of you to make attacks. And I'm not the best at opening for attacks when I'm doing it for two people at the same time.
Well, that was good.
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah, good. Because yeah, really, I think with a lot of what we've been doing online, it's kind of one technique, withdraw, you have a break, which doesn't really do much more when you get back to actually being able to hit people again.
Yeah.
You kind of have to keep going. So, what's the time now? 6:30. All right.
Yep.
So, just want to, I guess, do one last little exercise for Tanken. So, basically an ouyo. So, the standard one we normally do, which is strike, withdraw, then coming in, nagashi. So I might just do this one as a harai. So harai tsuki, so depending on how much space you've got, you don't have to worry about coming off the line. So really coming in, so from toma to mai, you can either come from the right or from the left. I don't mind which one. And then withdraw. Remembering that when you do the tsuki nagashi, maximum of 5 steps. You don't want to do more. 3 is plenty. Same thing with the retreat. Again, focus on posture, making sure you've got that nice plugged strike before you withdraw it. Yeah, so aim for 4 of those in your own time. Yeah, that is 4 fingers. That's good. So 4 harai tsuki, withdraw, harai tsuki nagashi, and then reset. Off we go. Hajime. Yeah. 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 Good. All right. Yummy. All right. So if you want to, grab a quick drink. I'm going to swap over the Jukendo for a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll see how much time we have for any kata. All righty.
Nothing like a drink straight from the garden tap.
Fresh but warm.
It's all right.
As long as it's not rancid, that's all we have to.
Yeah.
So just going to start warming up the upper body. So just nita tsuita. Don't worry about stepping. If you want to, you can, but I'm not going to force you either way. So just checking from your shizentai. Kamei. Make sure you've got that little angle. You've got that back elbow popped out so it's not directly behind your body. Make sure your front hand is over the top of the mokujin. Just going to do a knee twist. So check your footwork, check your balance. So just feel that you're stable. Make sure your feet aren't too wide apart. They're right kind of underneath your hips. So just going to go nita, tsuita. Depending on which way you've got the camera, I want you to check how horizontal this is. You want to make sure that that's not tipping up or down. It should be a direct line from your heart to theirs, because all your partners are apparently exactly the same size as you. So keeping it gentle, relaxed, make sure strong attack, strong Zanshin. All right, we'll start off slowly. So ich, ni, 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 ich, ni. Remember to keep your shoulders down. Ich, ni, 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 ich, ni. Splitting it up. Ich, ni, 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 ich, ni. A little bit faster. Ich, ni, 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 ich, ni. Yonhonme. Roll out the shoulders. Breathe. If you haven't been doing that bit. So we're just going to do the roll of the shoulder exercise from Simon and Yamaguchi sensei. So starting in Kamae, bring the mokuju forward, roll it and your shoulders back, drop it down. And again, this should help with making sure that we're relaxed when we come through into that position. Just slowly roll, breathe in, and breathe out on the strike. Bring it back. Breathe in. Yeah. Breathe in. Yeah. Breathe in. Yeah. Start thinking about your tenuch. Breathe in. Yeah. Breathe in. Yeah. In. Yeah. Yeah. So you should feel your shoulders are as low as they could possibly be when you come to the strike and just before it. Yeah. Yeah. So roll the shoulders big. So Michael, don't worry about moving the mokuju up so much. It's coming up because the shoulders are rolling up to the ears. They drop down. Yeah. So you really want to keep these shoulders low and loose. So just standing here. Can I get you to, oh no, this is both of you. Just bring the shoulders up to the ears. High. And then with one breath, I just want you to let them drop. In fact, pop the mokuju down for a second, because it's harder when you're holding something. So really want to just make sure you're feeling how low this point is. So breathe in. That's where they should be. Low, relaxed. Should actually feel quite nice after you've done it a few times. Just letting gravity, letting momentum bring them down. So even now, if you're going, bring them up. Just let all arms fall. Bring it up. It's a bit harder, obviously, because it's not a straight downward position. But you want to think about these shoulders coming down. You're pulling down with your lats, I think it is, at the back. So really think about, is this as low as my shoulders drop into the sockets? Neutral somewhere around there. That's up by your ears. That's quite a tense position. Neutral. And then push down for as low you can go. So up and push down. Up, push down. You can go quite slowly. This one doesn't have to be hard. I just want you to feel that's as low as in the sockets as they can go. So even if you're going, say, for example, rolling over, that's the lowest point they can go. So you can try it with that little roll. But pretty much whenever you do a strike, they should be down here, not up here in neutral, not up here by the ears, because that you'll feel that tenseness. So they should actually feel kind of nice down here. Yep. So let's grab the mokuju and just try that one again, really thinking about keeping those as relaxed as possible, which I know is hard when we're tensing up to strike. So roll the shoulders up to the ears, bring them back. roll through. Again, I'm not doing this one particularly hard or tense. Just roll, bring it down, through. Roll, bring it down, through. Roll, bring it down, through. Start trying to make the circles a bit smaller now. So roll, through. Roll, through. Through. Roll, through. Smaller again, roll through. Now it's almost like a little bit of a shrug. So shrug, drop the shoulders through. Shrug, drop. Shrug, drop. Now we're just going into basic straight knee to tsuita. So still thinking about that low position, but keeping it down, down. So those shoulders aren't moving up. If you need to think about pressing down on those shoulders the whole time until your body really gets used to that being your normal position. You've got to remember, once you've got your kata on, you've already got a whole lot of extra shoulder. You don't want them up any higher than you can help it. A few more strokes. Yummy. Good. Roll them out. They should be feeling a bit warm after that.
Yeah, it's good.
So a bit like we were doing with Tanken, we're going to do some strikes and then think about our Zanshin, our withdrawals. So, but we're going to do this as a multiple strike attack. So I want you to imagine that you have a partner, you have a motodachi. You're going to make 3 strikes at them. The first 2 don't land, or they do, but they're not called a point. The third one is the one where you go, okay, yes, this is it. Strike, strong withdrawal. So a bit like doing 2 feints, but I want you to really make them as if you've actually tried to strike them, not just a feint. So I guess try me as an example. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I find ski nagashi much easier to do with that one. But depending on the amount of room, it's very much about just keeping it going. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then withdrawing strongly. Again, working on the posture, making sure that you're not leaning forward or backwards as you come back. And part of that will be how you do your final strike in particular. If you're too far forward, you're going to have to push back, and that's going to throw you off balance. So try and keep everything stable. So any 3 strikes. Third one, really strong tsuki, really strong zanshin, and withdrawal. Again, 3 or 4 steps at max is all you need. So in your own time, hajime. One more. Good. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit warmer.
Remembering to breathe?
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly is good. People fainting where I can't do anything about it, not so good. And again, this is just trying to get us back in the mindset of having an actual person who's going to be moving, they're going to be coming at us. So this exercise is really just more about getting that stamina up, that continuance, not expecting that the first strike will actually hit. So normal kind of stuff. I'm just going to check what else I had planned for today. Okay, so back on the ouyo trail. So this one, we're going to start with the basic. Sorry, I thought my video had frozen there for a second again. We'll start with the basic chokitotsu ouyo, which means you are going to have to step off to your left on both the original tsuki and also on the nagashi. Doesn't have to be far. You're just stepping off the line of attack so that you can get around to their heart. Again, doesn't have to be fast. So you remember you're in toma. You've moved into my stepping off, yeah. And make sure after this strike, you come back on that diagonal. When you come back in, again, off the line. And the nagashi should be on that angle. So try and make sure that when you do the retreat or you do the nagashi, you're not ending up in this kind of curve around the line. The line that you're striking on, you should stay pushing or withdrawing on that line. So start off slowly, that's fine. But really think about that line work as well. Because the second, especially with the nagashi, if I step off the line to hit you on tsuki nagashi, but I'm still circling around, the pressure of my kensen is actually going to be really weak on your kata because I'm no longer getting a direct push on you. So keeping that straight direction for the nagashi in particular is really important. Okay, before I talk anymore, let's just do it. So in your own time. Two more. Good. How are you feeling with that one? Any trouble stepping off the line?
Better when I worked out how to use my room to the best advantage.
I think Michael's got the same issue too.
Yeah, I ended up starting sort of twisted one way so that my first strike was straight. And once I figured that out, it worked a lot better because I'd actually got distance to do the nagashi.
Yeah, and that is the problem with having the small space to try this in, but it does make you much more aware of your space, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But any issues at all with that exercise? Any worries or concerns?
Just distance and space, that's all, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll make it a bit easier with this one, which would be harai. Because harai, you don't have to step off the line. That's why I like it. It means if I make a mistake coming in on the line, that's okay because I don't have to think about it too hard. So same thing, but harai tsuki nagashi. So you should be able to just do this one going straight along your longest line. One more. Okay, good. So we don't have long left. I did want to just run through a few kata. So what I might do is we'll do mokuju tai mokuju number 4. which is Noro. So that's fairly simple. So I'll act as uchi twice. Then I'll get you two to act as uchi twice. I'm not going to tell you the steps for this one because I do want to get you in the habit of remembering what they are without me. And I need to get out of the habit of reminding you every single time as well.
Yep.
Too much codependency. So number 4, twice each. First one, I'll be reacting to Michael. Second one, I'll react to Roger. And then we'll change over roles and I'll become Shikata. So number 4.
That's why.
Okay, I'll react to Roger this time.
Sorry, who's?
That's okay, I'm just reacting to Roger this time, so. Okay, so swapping over. So now you two will be uchi. So this time I'm going to react to Roger first, and then the second one I'll react to Michael.
Okay.
But now I'm the Shikata, so you're going to have to lead, both of you. Okay, Michael, I'll match to you this time.
Yeah, and I think I stuffed something then. So
Okay.
when
That's
you
what practice is for.
when you strike downwards or initiate downwards,
Yep.
do I just retreat and open, or do I try to deflect yours down?
Oh, so okay, so you're starting up here just above Chudan. When I come in down here, all you're really doing is just
Dropping
rotate.
it down.
Yeah, I tend to rotate that a little bit so you get more of the flat. It's not a harai. It's a no, you're not coming in there. Pretty much just suppressing it downwards. So you don't need to step back for that. You just suppress. And because of that, they have to step backward to make room to come up from Nono.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so I'll match to you. Right. Thank you. Excuse me, sorry. Good. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions about number 4 at all, apart from the one we've just done?
No, that was good to just go over that because the two parts had become confused in my head. Yeah.
I think it's also because it gets mixed up with number 8. Number 8, you do step back to retrieve, to receive, not retrieve.
Yeah.
English bad, my bad. But yeah, number 4 and 8, I was having trouble remembering if I step back and go, no, it's not on this one.
Okay.
Okay, let's grab the kodachi. We'll do tan tai tan, number 4.
If this drops out, it's just because I've run out of power. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. It's not because you're offended by anything. So this is the fun one where the footwork gets people, even though it's literally just haraitsuki for nodo. So this is do tsuki, no do tsuki. So I, as the uchi, will actually initiate the attack, and then you'll respond with stepping off to the side for no do tsuki. The big thing to remember this is that it's only 2 steps, so right, left foot comes in as you strike nodo.
Right.
All right, so uchikata twice. I'll match to Michael first, and then Roger, and then we'll swap roles.
So we're doing it all together first and then matching.
So, oh no, so I'll match to both of you.
Right.
So we're just going to do it twice. So this
Right.
first one, I'll be partnering you, but you're my shikata, so I'm opening for you anyway. And then the second one, I'll be opening for Roger, and then we'll change roles. So. Okay, this time I'll react to Roger. Okay, so swapping it over. So this time I'll work with Roger as the uchi first, and the second time I'll have Michael as my uchi. Okay, just so you can see where I'm doing my timing.
Starting points for these.
Yeah. Chudan.
Chudan? Both in Chudan?
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
That's okay. I had to think about it too. It's why that first one, it took me a while to actually start walking because I'm going, what kamae am I in? It's Chudan.
I'm glad it was you.
So yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Any questions on that? Anything you wanted to go over on number 4?
That's all right. The other thing was the retreat. I was going, because it was nodo, I was just instinctively going to push you back.
Yeah. and that's the thing is I tend to ask myself that question too. So I'm just going to double check that now because it's always a good idea.
Instinctively from the other technique, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Brain is having a lot of. I'm looking at the Jukendo kata. This is why it doesn't make sense. Wrong weapon. Okay. Yeah. So literally, it's just hikinuki. So nodo hikinuki.
Yep. Just a strong.
I sometimes have to. Yeah. I sometimes have to check because my instinct for a lot of them is to withdraw cautiously, and that isn't the case for.
Right.
I think 2 of them. So it's always good to check on that. Yeah. No. Nodo hikinuki. and then Zanshin. Any other questions on those ones at all? Or you're good?
That was good. I need to have a look at them again too and just get him going.
I am checking with the studio, so it's unlikely to be this Tuesday, but hopefully the next one we can start training in person on a Tuesday.
Yep.
I'll still bring the camera and the setup so that anyone can join in. So if no one else turns up, I will just be doing it with a lot of mirrors in the dojo. And you can see me from all kinds of angles hitting imaginary people. So that's also fine too. But yeah, I am hopeful that we are able to go back into the studio in Paran from next week onwards.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
But if anyone's got any suggestions for Sunday, Tuesday, this coming Tuesday that they want to see or do, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just throw a random card at us again, somewhere in the mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No worries.
All right. It's good to see you both.
Yeah.
Roger, enjoy the rest of your day there. Michael, let's enjoy our lovely evening while we've got it.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
Roger.
care, both of you.
Thank you.
Night.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.